Hi, Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health. So this morning I did a live with my good friend Lana Jackson, and we talked about the growth and healing that came from being part of a women's circle. Now Lana introduced me to one, and I was very much a masculine female at the time. And you know, when you look at masculine energy, it's all about action, and for me it was all about the physical action of healing. All I dived into when I was trying to get myself better because no one else was helping me, I just looked at the physical aspect. Well, you know what, I'm going to the gym, why am I putting on weight? And I'm eating better, why am I putting on weight? Why am I getting all these symptoms? And I kept on looking for ways to physically heal myself, and I wasn't going towards the emotional. So when Lana introduced me to this women's circle, it opened up so many avenues, and I really started to focus on mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And I can't even explain how much it did for me, and how amazing it was to have women listen to you, because I had women doctors, they weren't listening, but I had these women listening to me and feeling and giving me feedback. And when they were going through their breakthroughs of the topic of the week, I was like, I learned so much from them. I learned about different avenues of healing and different aspects. And, you know, there are other people going through what I'm going through. So I would never have done this on my own, and I would never have dived into it on my own. But when I had these topics every week going, right, this is what we're going to dive into, and you're going to unplug all this shit. And I just thought it was uncomfortable sometimes, but some of the times it was so relieving. It was the biggest release to be able to get it all out there. So put in the comments if you need that relief and that release of, you know, being held, having your story heard, but also, you know, with bonding with other women over your story and learning from them and them learning from you. And you know, the energy of giving and receiving is huge. A lot of the time, most of these women in this group, and it's probably why you're here, are givers. We don't pop in the comments if you're a giver. Come on, I know you are. Most of you give and give and give and find it hard to receive. You don't actually accept the help, the support, or whatever, because it's much easier to help others than it is to help yourself. So, you know, let me know if that's you, because that was me. It's easy to go around and help people and be there for other people, but then the actual, like, I found it uncomfortable when someone would say, do you need help? And maybe that's why people didn't offer help to me, because when you come across as a strong, independent person, then everyone's like, well, she'll be right. Or they don't want, they're sick of you turning them down when they offer you help. So, or support, or whatever it is. So this is why these circles are great, because you have to receive the support, because you're there with these women, and you have to give support. So that equal exchange of giving and receiving is extremely important. And it might sound so stupid right now, but it's not. We are not just a physical being. We are an energetic being with emotions and a brain and trauma and, you know, stress and things that go on in our lives. And we not all of us have people there that we can turn to. So that is why I created this women's circle, where you are going to go through and get into these topics specifically created. I've created these topics specifically for your healing, to help you pull all of that out. Like, I can't even explain it, some of the benefits it had to me, because I didn't realize it at the time. I joined it because a good friend of mine invited me, and then when I did sit in on one of the calls, I was like, all I knew was I was joining a group of really cool women. And it wasn't until each week having these breakthroughs and reading through the topic and the question and writing down what came up for me. So I write it down, and as you were sitting on the call and other women are sharing what came up for them, something else would come up. And it really helped me use my intuition and my gut. And that helps with your physical health too, because you start using your intuition for when you invest in programs or when you know what it is that you want to do for your nutrition or, all of these things. You start to really feel into what's going on. You start to become more aligned and in touch with everything. So basically, there are going to be 6 women plus myself. There'll be 7 women in these circles, and we're all going to go through, even I will go through these topics and write down what comes up for me every week, because something different could come up each time, and it's going to be a different topic every week. So there'll be 6 weeks. You'll be starting to share your story. You'll be heard, but you'll also support other women. They'll support you. So it is a really big deal, and it is, I promise you, it will be a huge part of your healing. If I guarantee you that you will get something out of it. Not only will you get friends for life who have gone through what you've gone through and have dug deep and to bring out what you've brought out, but you will get a massive release. And that is what most of us need, especially if you have a chronic illness. There is something in there that you haven't released. I guarantee it. And we will get it out. So let's work together and do that. Like, this is what I'm really, really good at, and it's one of my absolute passions, and I want to share it with you because I know it will help you. I guarantee it will help you. You will not walk away from this thinking what a bloody waste of time that was. You will have constant support during the week, but you'll have that one call for 90 minutes, but there will be other stuff going, in our private Facebook group. I'll put them in so you can actually attach yourself to that topic and then work through it. You'll work through it yourself during the week, and then you will have 6 other women will hold space for you during the call. So it's not something that I'm sure many of you have gone through or stepped into, but I am offering that to you because it is a super, super important part of healing. When you think about women circles, women for thousands of years have gathered to share information, share medicine, natural remedies, motherhood stories, and bonded over their role in society. And now I find that women are so competitive with each other. Instead of working together, a lot of women are working against each other. And that's what has happened with society. We've kind of gone away from that feminine energy and gathering together, not gathering to bitch about other women or talk about how shit our husbands are or any of that. This is gathering to help you work through things. So, and if you are sick and you're still sick and you've been sick for years, it's because you're not working on that. You might be, because I was going, I do all the right things, but I didn't. I didn't do all the right things. I physically did the right things, and now it's the emotional stuff. And I still work on it all the time because we always have stresses coming up in our life. So you can then draw on this stuff for life. It'll be something that you can always draw on every time you go through an emotional experience or anything like that. So I will put the link in the comments to the circles. There's 2 starting days. There'll be a Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. for 6 weeks, starting on the 4th of October. Then we've got Wednesday, the 5th of October, the other session starts, and it will be at 7:30 at night. So if you are in another country, you should be able to align your times. I've put those 2 times so people here in Australia can join, but then People in the US, the UK, New Zealand can also join. So have a look at your time zone. I'm at the Sydney time zone or Australian Eastern Standard Time. Have a look and compare your time zone to see what time it is where you are. So if you have any questions, please message me. I'd love to hear it. But you can also book a free 20-minute call that we can go through. It doesn't have to be about the women's circle. It can be about coaching for you, getting you on the right path towards healing, to see where you're at. Some people have only just started and others have been going for a long time. So it's really important to have that free chat so we can get you to where you need to go.